Welcome to Success Path Academy. Following are questions on weather and climate, focusing on the water cycle, types of precipitation, and climate zones. What is the water cycle? Answer: the continuous movement of water on, above, and below the Earth's surface. What is evaporation? Answer: when water changes from a liquid to a gas. What is condensation? Answer: when water vapor cools and changes back into liquid. What is precipitation? Answer: water that falls from clouds as rain, snow, sleet, or hail. What is collection in the water cycle? Answer: when water gathers in rivers, lakes, and oceans. What is transpiration? Answer: the release of water vapor from plants into the air. What is infiltration? Answer: water soaking into the ground. What is runoff? Answer: water flowing over the ground into bodies of water. Where does most evaporation on Earth happen? Answer: oceans. What causes evaporation? Answer: heat from the sun. What forms clouds in the sky? Answer: condensation of water vapor. What part of the water cycle is responsible for rain? Answer: precipitation. What do we call water that falls as frozen crystals? Answer: snow. What do we call water that falls as liquid drops? Answer: rain. What do we call water that falls as ice pellets? Answer: sleet. What do we call balls of ice that fall from the sky during storms? Answer: hail. What is the main source of energy for the water cycle? Answer: the sun. What is the process called when water vapor turns back into liquid? Answer: condensation. What is the process called when water goes from liquid to gas? Answer: evaporation. What is the process called when water soaks into the ground? Answer: infiltration. What is the process called when water moves from plants to the air? Answer: transpiration. What is the process called when water flows over land into rivers and lakes? Answer: runoff. What do we call the water that is stored underground? Answer: groundwater. What is the largest source of fresh water on Earth? Answer: glaciers and ice caps. What is the largest source of salt water on Earth? Answer: oceans. What is a cloud made of? Answer: tiny water droplets or ice crystals. What is the main way water returns to the ocean? Answer: runoff and rivers. What is fog? Answer: a cloud that forms near the ground. What is dew? Answer: water droplets that form on cool surfaces at night. What is the main way water leaves the ocean? Answer: evaporation. What is the main way water enters the ocean? Answer: precipitation and runoff. What is the process that forms snowflakes? Answer: condensation and freezing. What is the process that forms hailstones? Answer: repeated freezing in storm clouds. What is the process that forms sleet? Answer: rain freezing as it falls. What is the process that forms rain? Answer: water droplets in clouds joining and falling. What is the process that forms dew? Answer: condensation on cool surfaces. What is the process that forms frost? Answer: water vapor freezing on cold surfaces. What is a water droplet in the air called? Answer: water vapor. What is the process where water vapor turns directly into ice? Answer: deposition. What is the process where ice turns directly into water vapor? Answer: sublimation. Name 4 types of precipitation. Answer: rain, snow, sleet, hail. Which type of precipitation is most common? Answer: rain. Which type of precipitation forms when the air is very cold? Answer: snow. Which type of precipitation forms in thunderstorms? Answer: hail. Which type of precipitation is frozen rain? Answer: sleet. What type of precipitation can damage crops and cars? Answer: hail. What type of precipitation is soft and falls in winter? Answer: snow. What type of precipitation is liquid and falls in warm weather? Answer: rain. What type of precipitation can cause slippery roads in winter? Answer: sleet. What type of precipitation is made of ice balls? Answer: hail. What type of precipitation forms when rain passes through a cold layer of air? Answer: sleet. What type of precipitation forms in layers inside thunderstorm clouds? Answer: hail. What type of precipitation can be light or heavy? Answer: rain. What type of precipitation forms unique six-sided crystals? Answer: snow. What type of precipitation can pile up and cause snow days? Answer: snow. What type of precipitation can cause flooding? Answer: heavy rain. What type of precipitation can make roads icy and dangerous? Answer: sleet. What type of precipitation is most common in summer? Answer: rain. What type of precipitation is most common in winter? Answer: snow. What type of precipitation can be tiny or very large? Answer: hail. Climate zones. What is climate? Answer: the average weather in a place over a long time. What is the difference between weather and climate? Answer: weather is short-term, climate is long-term. What is a climate zone? Answer: an area with similar climate patterns. What are the three main climate zones? Answer: tropical, temperate, polar. Where are tropical zones found? Answer: near the equator. Where are polar zones found? Answer: near the North and South poles. Where are temperate zones found? Answer: between the tropics and polar zones. What is the climate like in the tropical zone? Answer: hot and wet. What is the climate like in the polar zone? Answer: cold and dry. What is the climate like in the temperate zone? Answer: mild with 4 seasons. What is the hottest climate zone? Answer: tropical. What is the coldest climate zone? Answer: polar. What climate zone do most rainforests occur in? Answer: tropical. What climate zone do most deserts occur in? Answer: tropical or temperate. What climate zone do most tundras occur in? Answer: polar. What is a desert climate like? Answer: hot and dry, or cold and dry. What is a rainforest climate like? Answer: hot and very wet. What is a tundra climate like? Answer: very cold and dry. What is a Mediterranean climate like? Answer: warm, dry summers and mild, wet winters. What is a continental climate like? Answer: large temperature differences between summer and winter. What is a maritime climate like? Answer: mild temperatures near the ocean. What is a monsoon climate like? Answer: seasonal heavy rains. What is a savanna climate like? Answer: warm with wet and dry seasons. What is a steppe climate like? Answer: dry, grassy plains. What is the main climate in the Amazon rainforest? Answer: tropical. What is the main climate in Antarctica? Answer: polar. What is the main climate in Canada? Answer: temperate and polar. What is the main climate in the Sahara Desert? Answer, hot and dry, desert. What is the main climate in the Mediterranean region? Answer, Mediterranean. What is the main climate in the Arctic? Answer, polar. General weather and climate. What tool measures rainfall? Answer, rain gauge. What tool measures temperature? Answer, thermometer. What tool measures wind speed? Answer, anemometer. What tool measures air pressure? Answer, barometer. What tool shows wind direction? Answer, weather vane. What does a weather forecast tell us? Answer, what the weather will be like. What is humidity? Answer, the amount of water vapor in the air. What is a drought? Answer, a long period without rain. What is a flood? Answer, when water covers land that is usually dry. Why is the water cycle important? Answer, it provides fresh water for all living things.